guys, it's Clancy, and today we are going to be talking all about, that was not money. Make it rain. Make it rain. I am such a loser. But yes, I've been wanting to do this video for so freaking long, and I've actually gotten a lot of requests from you guys on kind of just how I saved up my money. I mean, a backstory, obviously I'm not wealthy by any means. Like, I'm not, like, that's not it at all. It's not that I, like, have a lot of money, but it's that I'm a recent college graduate and I moved right out of the house, my parents' house. I moved across the country. But I have managed to put quite a bit away in savings. I mean, kind of like compared to someone my age, keeping in mind that, yeah, I do pay bills. A lot of my friends do live at home still. Like, I pay my bills. This apartment I pay for all by myself. Like, this is all on my own doing. And I've gotten a lot of questions. How or what are tips and tricks for if you want to save money, for maybe if you realize you spend too much, or maybe you're trying to move out of mother and father's house, how can you do it? Well, I have actually 10 pretty freaking good just tips, yeah, you call them that, but really just 10 things that I personally do. Starting with number one, the most important one, is I act like I'm poor. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I don't know if we're all built differently. Like, some people, like people who rack up a bunch of credit card debt, which that's number one thing not to do. I guess they have a different mindset. I act like I'm poor. Like, I don't do certain things because I'm like, I can't afford that. In reality, I can afford it, but I guess I've changed my definition of what I can and cannot afford. Some people think, oh, as long as I have the money, like if I have this amount of money, yes, I can spend it, I can afford it. My mind is a little bit different. I think, no, I can't afford that because I want this money to be in my bank. I want this money to be in savings. I want to use this money, not right now. Maybe I want that new whatever dress or makeup, but no, what I want more is for this to be in safekeeping for eventually I'll be able to buy something even better. And kind of piggybacking off of that, I don't buy Starbucks. That might sound so simple, but it's not. First of all, do you know how expensive Starbucks can get? And that's not to say that I didn't like Starbucks. So, like, would I love to go to Starbucks every day and get a beautiful iced green tea? Like, that'd be amazing. That would be awesome. Why wouldn't I want that? That'd be freaking fantastic. How many times can I say the same thing? But do you know how quickly that adds up? Let's say that drink costs, let's just say $3. I don't even know how much Starbucks drinks cost anymore because I literally don't go there. I'll go there like twice a year. $3, let's say I did it 5 days a week. Let's say I did it 7 days a week. 7 times 3 is 21. That's $21 a week. What's 21 times 4? Well, I know 20 times 4 is 80. So 21 times 4 would be what? 84? That's $84 right there a month. And one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give you, I heard this way back when, I don't know who said it, but pennies turn into dollars. You have to remember that. A huge reason I feel like a lot of people don't have as much money as they like, it's not necessarily because they're not making enough, because keep in mind, I'm not making the substantial amount. It's just that I'm saving what I'm making. Pennies turn to dollars. So what might not seem like a big deal, like, oh, okay, yeah, let's just do a little here. You don't understand, a little here, a little there turns into a lot. Pennies turn to dollars. So Starbucks, I'm not saying you have to give it up, but I'm just saying, for me, giving up Starbucks isn't life or death. Try to think of something in your life that you're like, do I really need that? Another thing I don't do, I don't get my nails done all the time. I don't even want to show you my nails because I haven't gotten them done since December. The beginning of December or end of November, one of those two. I think it was actually end of November. And getting my nails done, you have to understand, I don't love actually sitting there and getting them done, but having the finished product, I feel like a different human. It's something I love, but no, I won't get them done all the time because it's a waste of money. So I decided going into this year, the entire month of January, I wasn't going to get my nails done. And then I was going to treat myself in February. So it's good you kind of have to think, like, don't do it for a little and then treat yourself in February. So I told myself, Clancy, no nails in January, we're going to do February. February came and I'm still waiting on my thumbnail to completely grow back because if you follow me on social media, you know what happened. If you don't, I hope right now you feel left out and this is a sign and a little tip, a little nudge. Hey, links down below. That's why I'm still sitting with gross nails, but yeah, it's a sacrifice I make, and the amount that I've saved on that, because nails are expensive, it's a sacrifice, and it pays off when I see it in my bank account, and I'm not depriving myself completely, because I do let myself get them done I'd say once every 2 or 3 months, typically, and it makes getting them done that much more special. Another thing, I don't buy water bottles. The idea of buying water bottles is like, boom, that's just money right out the door. I have a reusable water bottle thing, like holder, and I just fill it up with water from the Brita. So that's so much money right there that you don't even realize. Another thing is I don't eat out. Like, I literally don't eat out. So if I go out with friends, like if someone asks me to go to lunch, dinner, oh, in a heartbeat, of course. That's something social. That's a different category to me. That's like social fun engagement. I don't deprive myself of that, which actually you can see this whole list contains things. No, I don't deprive myself of social fun. If someone says want to go to the amusement park, I don't even look at the price tag. If it costs $50, $60, $100, like, yeah, I'm in. That's one thing I don't deprive myself. Maybe to you, Starbucks is like that thing you need, but you don't need the social stuff as much. But for me in my life, I say no. I will never decline something socially because of the price. I mean, obviously if someone's asking me to, like, I don't know, do something crazy, like, okay, but generally people are pretty much just asking me to go to Panera, in which case I say yes. But when it comes to myself, I don't eat out if I'm by myself. I don't get taken. I don't go pick up Panera and bring it back to my apartment. In my entire time of living in Dayton, Ohio, which I've been here for about 8 months now, I have gotten takeout without like social, without going out with friends once. And that one time was actually just last week. And that was because I got into work at 2:45 in the morning and I got home, like I left work at, I think it was 6:45 p.m. I left. So from 2:45 to 6:45, yeah. So I needed to treat myself, so I went to Panera. And so it's ironic that it actually was just last week. That's the only time. Eating out adds up. When you buy your own groceries, for example, it's hard to say how much my groceries cost me because whenever I go to Kroger, which is our grocery store here in Dayton, Ohio, I buy other things. So like I'll randomly pick up paper towels or vitamins I did last week. Generally though, it's like it'll be less than $100 for all my food, right around there. And if you talk about takeout, it is so much more expensive than that if you're cooking for yourself. Just to give you an idea, if I whip out my handy dandy calculator, let's say the average takeout might cost $8. I mean, that's even being generous. If you go out actually with a waiter, obviously it's going to cost about at least $15 if you add in a nice tip. By the way, I'm not stingy on tipping people. That's one thing. I usually tip 25 to 30% if the service is good. If it's not, 20 to 25. But anyway, let's say you get takeout that is $8 and you do it every single day of the week for lunch. So that's 7 times 7. And then maybe you do it twice for dinner. So that'd be 16 plus 16. That's $72 right there in just those couple of meals. And keep in mind, I spend less than $100 in my entire week, including breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So yeah, and we all know $8 is actually like a generous amount. So yeah, eating out, can't say it enough. That is where I personally feel a lot of people burn their money and they don't even realize it. Another thing, open your eyes. I open my eyes. When I'm at Kroger, I like look around. I say, oh, there's a deal on this, cool. There's a deal on that, cool. No, I don't like base my my main things off of deals. Like I'll get asparagus, whether it's asparagus is a really expensive vegetable. I get it every time. But actually there was one time the asparagus was like crazy high. I substituted for broccoli. Look around, there are so many deals. For example, vitamins. I needed to get them the other day and I looked around and I saw I was gonna just grab one and then all of a sudden I looked to the right, another brand had buy one, get one free. So right now I ended up spending a little bit extra, a lot extra. Vitamins are kind of expensive, but it saves me. That buying in bulk generally does that and I do buy in bulk. Look around for that because in the long run, it's going to save me. When I come, a month or two, I'm gonna need new vitamins. Oh wait, I literally have a free box. That's awesome. Not a box, but is it a jar? A container. Next, don't be dumb. Seriously, I just feel like not to be mean, but like so many people just let it go. Like, oh, I'll pay my bills late. That's literally, I'm pretty sure that's like $80 right there on some of them. I saw like the late fee, $80. Don't pay Don't pay your bills late. Like, are you kidding me? That's just money. You're just throwing it out. You're literally just throwing your money away. Like, be responsible. Like a lot of it does come down to like, don't be dumb. And I'm sorry, this is like harsh words of advice. I guess I'm like passionate and like I just want to help you, so I'm sorry. I'm being like a tough love scenario. Another thing is you have to change your mindset to the fact, okay, so I was talking with a friend who was telling me that she had, you know, obviously at the end of each month they take out money for your apartment or house if you're renting, and she was telling me, she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they took it out this early in the day. And I was like, what do you mean? What does it matter what time they take it out? And she was saying, because if they didn't take it out, like then it could have still been my money and like I could have spent it. And I'm like, no, you couldn't. Like, they're gonna take it out no matter what. When does it matter when? Like, you have to get in the mindset that like money you owe isn't your money. And that's what a lot of people get into credit card problems, like, and all of that, like, because they spend money they don't have. That's like unfathomable to me. I can't imagine spending money I don't have. If anything, I'm like, take it now and take all of it for like the next 5 years. I want to look at it. It's not mine. So you know what I mean? Like, don't spend money you don't have and get in the mindset. Like, if you owe it, it's not yours, and don't treat it like it's yours. And my last two, kind of important. The first one is I worked my butt off. I mean, that's how I saved a lot of money. I worked my butt off. I do, and I have. And, you know, keep in mind, I've been doing YouTube since a long time, and I've been getting paid to do YouTube since my junior year of high school. So when a lot of my friends were just like Netflixing and playing video games or doing all of that, watching movies all night, I remember I was editing videos and making content, and that's not to say like I was like slaving away and like it just so happened like I loved it. Like, it wasn't work to me, but it did end up paying. And sometimes it was like, sometimes I don't want to say it was work, but sometimes it was like I had a responsibility that maybe not a lot of people had at my age. Yeah, and so yeah, I have worked my butt off to get where I am. And I'm like saying this like in like an angry way, just because I know how I'm very self-deprecating in a way, and I'm always like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But like, no, like, I'm gonna stand firm. Like, I know that I'm a hard worker, and that will, like, nothing is as effective as that. Nothing is as effective as just being a hard worker and working your butt off. And I always, one of my favorite quotes is, do what others won't so you can spend the rest of your life doing what they can't. That has been the most inspirational quote ever for me. And then the last thing that I want, my last thing, and how I saved up a lot of money, whatever, yada, 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 is that I was straight up lucky. First of all, and this is one of the biggest things, is that I don't have any student loans. And that's literally just because I'm lucky. It's not because I deserved it. It's not because I earned it. It's not because I did something special. It's just because my parents just so happened to, I mean, they paid for my education, which I couldn't be any more grateful for. Like, seriously, literally, like, thank you. Like, that's huge. And I don't like deserve it and like any more than anyone else would. It's just fortunate. Also, I mean, I grew up and I never had to pay any rent. I never had to pay any bills. I always lived with my parents, and they were always like, it just was never a question. Like, they were gonna pay for me. And it sounds funny to say to me because this is how it is like for all my friends and everything. Like, there are places I have heard of kids having to pay rent, having to pay bills, having to help their parents out because their parents couldn't afford it. And that's no one's fault. It's literally just luck. That's all it is. Also, I was lucky enough to find YouTube. I was lucky enough to enjoy it. So yeah, a lot of it does come down to luck, which kind of sucks because I would love to be able to sit here and just say, like, this is the formula, but that's not the case. So keep in mind, yeah, a lot of it does come down to luck, but most of it, I truly believe, comes down to you have control of your future, and you have control of a lot. Money is such a weird concept. It's like, when you think about it, it's interesting how much it dictates our lives. It literally dictates everything. Whether you can or can't do something, like whether you can or can't own something. But like it dictates so much. If you're currently saving for a specific goal, saving to get out of your house, just keep chugging through. You'll get there. You will. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these tips and tricks. Let me know if you kind of like this type of video. I love helping you guys out. I don't want this to sound preachy or anything because trust me, I know nothing. But I just thought these were tips I felt passionate about and thought I could help you out. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and follow me on social media if you want to be BFFs. All my links will be down below. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. Facebook is a big one. But yeah, so I'm gonna go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good day. Bye.